Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the recording of today's program call inside of our higher tier program for our clients coming from YouTube or Facebook or wherever you come from, ads or whatever it is. So this is just where we help our clients scale their agencies or consulting or coaching businesses. This is where we help them get more sales calls, do better on those sales calls, sell more of their offers, scale their businesses further. And I just wanted to leak a hour-long coaching call recording from the community, because we went over some really good stuff in this call. We talked about one of our client Ethan's $73,000 cash or revenue in the door a month. He signed $73,000 worth of contracts. New client joined us on the call, so you get to see sort of what we go over with him. We're talking about one of our client, Luke's $20,000 to $30,000 a month, and now he's trying to scale to 50 or 60 in the next few months. And we've also got some beginners that are just now going from, $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 a month to $7,000, and they're trying to get to $10,000 this month in March. So just watch this whole call. It's, people pay a lot of money to be in this group, so hopefully you enjoy just kind of leaking this to YouTube and giving you guys sort of an insight into what we talk about on these calls. So enjoy. Feel free to book your call down below. Again, if you are ready to get some help growing your business and be a part of this community, get some one-on-one time with myself, one-on-one time with our coaches that have gotten just crazy results for our clients, and following along the exact material that we've taught to our 3 clients that have gone on to go to $1 million a year. So if that would be of interest to you, schedule your call down below, speak with our team, and if it makes sense, we'll make you an offer and get you inside of the program. So go and enjoy this video today. A recording of our group call just about an hour ago.
What's up, dude?
Like the new setup.
Thanks, man. My normal desk is giving me a bunch of issues. The plug over there, like the wall plug, is like glitching out. Sometimes it just clicks off randomly, which just decided to move.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
What up, Ethan? What's up, Jeremy? What does that mean?
It's whatever you want it to mean, man.
Your interpretation. It's modern art, Luke. Do you not understand art?
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, if it is up to my interpretation, I take that as, yes, I will send you $5 million.
Cool. Ethan, I'll send you my bank info.
The deal has been done. Okay, I have to do what I must do now.
Pretty much like signing a contract, really, when you think about it.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm having to like offboard a bunch of clients right now, and some of them have contracts with me. And so a few of them are like, hey, you can't just like increase prices on me. So like we have a contract. But I think in most of our contracts, it says that we can just discontinue the relationship. So that's happening right now with like 6 of our people. We're just saying like, yeah, we can't do this anymore.
Is that for your social media clients?
Yeah, all the content realtors.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm only selling like 4K retainers because we've literally maxed out all of our agents. In terms, like we've got like 16 and 19 people, and my shooter is just like completely booked. And so I'm like, okay. And our average client's only like $1,500, $2,000. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Every person going forward now, I'm just gonna sign for 4K, because otherwise it's just not really worth it for me. But yeah, as a part of that, I have to cancel a lot of our clients this week or this month, and so that's fun. That's fun.
Good problem to have, man.
Huh?
Good problem to have.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd say so. It's a pretty good problem to have. Yeah, man. I got plans, man. The content agency is probably going to be hitting, like, if my numbers are right, the content agency, it's not an ads agency. The content agency would be hitting like 48K per month in revenue, which is around 40K a month in profit by July here. Yeah. And then at that point, I want to kind of add on the results-based stuff, some Facebook ads and stuff like that, and then charge guys like 8K a month. And so with like one shooter and one manager, I think we can get that up to like literally like 80K a month. So
Oh, yeah.
yay, exciting.
Really exciting.
Yeah, but one step at a time. Got to micro challenges and stuff like that.
Nice. Good work, dude. Yeah, it's just a lot of little things, man.
A lot
Um,
of things.
a lot of
Yeah.
little things. Yeah, I've got Aaron adopting a revenue share model for his agency. It's doing really well. So, I mean, we projected out the numbers. We're pretty sure he can get to, I mean, he's at multiple 5 figures a month right now. I'm pretty sure Aaron's going to get to 7 figures with the revenue share model. I bet you he's going to be able to do it because it's all about having a platform. And then if all he does right now is just put out posts like, hey, we're looking for 10 clients to take on at a pure revenue share. You have to be doing 50,000 a month already with your company. I mean, he could literally just go straight for call to action at that point because it's just a very attractive ask,
Mhm.
So I've been thinking about what our ask could be in my company as well. Like what could a no-brainer ask be? Like I've seen people be like, we'll guarantee you 100 booked appointments, stuff like that. And then really what they're saying is if you build the funnel, if you run ads, if you do things the way we're telling you to do, you're going to get 100 booked appointments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because then what's nice about that offer for Aaron is you can just take that and flip it on its head. So people book a call, they'll be like, hey, we're looking to do the rev share thing. He's like, yeah, sweet. If you meet these qualifications, we'll do it. And we're just going to ask you some questions about your business and figure out where you're at. And once he's got them on a call, he can offer them a retainer if he doesn't think they're fit for rev share.
Right.
Yeah, so it really is just a bunch of little hacks stacked, honestly. Like I'm learning how important these little angles are.
Mm.
What's everybody looking at for the month? New month? Yeah, Cormac, it's good stuff.
Yeah, just got I've had some pretty lean months the last couple months. Not a whole lot of new sales, but I have some people who are supposed to be paying me this month, so it'll probably look like a 30 to 40K month. Although I'm not like flexing that because some people are paying like they're at the end of their 6-month contract and they're about to give me my 12K check that came through. That should be coming through their second round this month. So yeah, it's going to be a record month for sure.
Good stuff, dude. Who else? Where you guys at?
This is nowhere compared to Luke's, but I'm trying to aim for that 10K month mark this month. Last month we did 7K, which is obviously not that high compared to everyone in here, but before joining this program I was at like 3K. So I think January I did like 3-4K, and then February I did 7K, which is a big jump from that end. But yeah, this month I'm definitely trying to hit that 10K month mark and get
You'll
to
do
6 figures with the agency.
3 to 7 is harder than 7 to 10. Way harder.
Definitely.
That 2,000 or 3,000 a month cap, dude. So many people that get stuck there. It's stupid. It's just like, first of all, it's a mindset thing. Second of all, it's because they're saying yes to projects that don't create synergy in their business. They're doing different things for different clients, and they're money hungry, so they say yes to anything. If you get past the money hungry thing, 10K is going to be really easy for you.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. What are you going to do this month to try and hit 10K? Like, how can you help you make that happen?
I'm definitely going to post more. More consistent with the post. Just go all in on the OMA method. Really, that's pretty much all to do. Just kind of scale up what I'm already doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just more volume at the end of the day. That's what it is.
I mean, how many posts did you put out in February? How much prospect did you do? How many calls? Let me ask, how many calls did you take in February?
Yeah, so February we did, I think like not that many calls, like 5 or 6 calls.
Dang, brother, you went from 3 to 7,000 with 6 calls. Dude, do 12 this month, man.
Must have been some good calls.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. A lot of referrals I got too. So yeah, dude. Yeah, like I said, this month I definitely want to hit that 10K. I remember when I first talked to you, Trey, though. I told you my goal was 10K by October, and you told me to put that to July. But now just looking at it, I think I could definitely achieve it this month for sure. I'm
easily.
only what 4K away from getting that 10K a month mark. So yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I'm looking forward to it.
What's your margin on your company? What are you keeping of all these retainers?
Margin, it's like, I think 80s. It's in the 80%.
Killing it, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you got more momentum. If I knew how much momentum I had at 6 figures, at 7, 8, 9,000 a month level, if I could go back to that stage and tell myself something, it's just to get excruciatingly hungry. Like, just get obsessed with this. You think 10,000 is possible? I think 20,000 is doable, right? So I stuck around, and now my jump was from 8,000 a month to 26. So I did an 8,000 to 26,000 a month jump in September of 2019. And that was the only change, dude. I was willing to make a mess. I gave some refunds. If you're willing to give your refunds, you have to be willing to go through that cycle of like selling clients that you're just gonna have to learn. You know?
Right. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me is just to aim for volume and be willing to make a mess.
Yeah, dude. It's not enough people preach that.
Yeah, it's literally written down on my whiteboard. It's like my Bible moving forward I have over there, and it's like aim for volume, be willing to make a mess.
So many people in this space are like, all right, build this system. Here's how to use Asana. Here's Zapier. Here's the font. I'm just like, dude, just please. You shouldn't be thinking in terms of advanced systems until you have consistently had $20,000 months back to back. You keep running into issues because of it, because of your systems. Don't create systems yet. Build something and then build systems around.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a lesson I'm relearning. I think you kind of have to relearn it at each stage of the game too. It's like you got to keep making a mess. Like really, like when are you ready to clean it up? It's like probably not until you're making 400, 500K a month, right? There's various stages of cleaning it up, but you know, you got to keep getting messy the whole way and keep pushing volume. Like going from, I heard a quote one time from one of the entrepreneurs I respect, and it's like from 0 to 1 million per year, 80% of your time should be spent on selling and building systems to help you sell. 20% should be focused on delivery. Like 0 to 1 million, you should be completely chaotic, just trying to sell your face off. And then 20% of the time you're figuring out how to deliver on those promises.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it's a balance, you know. It's like different. There's seasons for each mentality. Like what I'm learning is there's no one mentality for each season. You know, like each season comes with its own different perspective you have to have in life and in business. Like there's no one way of being. There's principles you can follow and apply to each of those states and ways of thinking, but there's no one way of thinking. Andrew and Cormac, how are you guys doing? Can I call you out? And then I want to hear from Warren too after you guys. Can't talk? All right, Warren. Watch Warren say he can't talk. Yep, see, told you. That's silly. Well, I'll give you guys an update about how we're doing. Right now, we've done about 20,000 in March so far, so 10K back to back. Working with that client that pays 10,000 up front, Whitney. I'm working on his account. He's got that podcast, and what I did is I had him send a survey out to his audience to see what their problems are. Like he's got 100,000 monthly listeners. So it's like, all right, send a survey out, see what their problems are. And now he decided that he should just build a group like what we have here. He's going to price it at 15,000, launch it to his audience slowly but surely. I'm going to help him train, put on a sales rep, take those sales calls. I gave him our funnel for our sales strategy sessions. So that's kind of the main update for me. I mean, it's real simple. Overall, doing pretty good. It's been a bit of a slow month in terms of bringing on new people, you'll still hit around 10 to 12,000 this month. Bringing on a new team member to take over cold email, and then we're going to start implementing OMA or paid and putting together all that coaching offer. Boom, dude. Those two things are going to just blow your mind. Email, I love email. I think Luke even loves email. A lot of people in our community love email. We had a guy in our community there for a minute, Michael Gardner, loves email. A lot of people, Brendan even on my team likes email. But my only slight with email is it doesn't compound. It doesn't like get easier. You just have to send more volume. And you can get better at copywriting, and you can start to build a bit of a reputation in the industry, but it's nowhere near as powerful. It's like having a podcast or OMA or like a place where people can follow. And I think, Luke, you're coming out with like a podcast or a YouTube channel or something soon. Something like that. I remember you telling me.
Yeah, 100%. Cold emails, how to get, just throw some gas on the fire, get some revenue coming in. But after a couple clients, you should definitely be focusing on some more long-term brand building strategies that also have direct response impact.
Yeah, that's smart, Andrew. Get someone to take it over for you. And, let them be creative, but let them ultimately run decisions by you too. Like, just make them do what's already working. You don't have to get fancy right now. Don't be cute. Just, it works. Give them the template. Basically, we told him he's gonna own it, but we'll work together on it. Cool. Yeah, he'll click the buttons, but you guys will understand the machine and make sure it's oiled well. Sweet. I think it's so cool. We've got people at every stage here, man. How many of you guys are using the spreadsheet that we gave you for like tracking sales calls and OMA and stuff? Are you guys filling it out using that? Or at least have your own version of it? Cool. Nice.
Yeah,
Nicholas.
I have my own version of it. Actually,
Wow.
where did you link that spreadsheet? Because I don't think I've seen it.
I'll link it to you guys again.
Cool.
I'm building some training into the program soon, and this is going to be part of it. But I mean, the fact that we have daily communication with you guys keeps me from having to build unnecessary training. Here you go, though. So this is a sales dashboard as well as a tracker for your OMA/flywheel, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty solid. It's what Brendan uses for our company. So I'll just show you guys. Might as well just walk you through. So this is him filling it out. And I think he only started filling it out recently. But so it automatically calculates closing rate. If you have a sales rep, they can adjust total expected revenue like across the board, and then the share of the person that you're learning, like that you're working under. So you can do like what my commission is, what their take home is. So that's him. And then you've got data. We scheduled a call, what the price tag was, community coaching, if there's any of that, no shows, calculations, like, closing rate, all these things. And these are actually used for the dashboard here. So these feed in over here. And I think this is, I don't know what that is actually. I think he custom put that into our sheet so that he can track the other data points, but it's there for you really just track your sales. It's pretty easy to pop in there like another section of the sheet that says like, how many posts you put out, how many calls. It's extremely tweakable. We left it pretty open for that reason.
We just have to make a copy of it, right? Duplicate it so it's not messing with yours. Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly. Just make a copy of it. Yeah, hit file, then hit make a copy, and then you can save it to your own Google spreadsheets or Google Sheets. Sorry, that'll work for you.
Okay, cool.
So Ethan, of those contracts you signed, I remember January you signed like 73,000 in contracts. The majority of those clients, how are they doing? How are they feeling?
Good, good. It's cool right now because again, like I said, we're at that max. Any client we're taking on now, we can be very selective with, like, I can actually look at you as a person and be like, are you going to be a douche or are you going to be friendly, kind of thing. And we're just offboarding the douches. Like, not like we're offboarding the people who are like low tier, they're not paying us enough, but also like we've got people paying us more money, but they're still like we've got awesome onboarding systems and all this stuff, but they're offboard the douches. Exactly, right? Offboard the douches. Like, some of them are just like really rude and like, we don't have to work with you now. And I love that feeling. But I don't think we're scaling too fast. Last month, we're averaging about 2 clients a week at the prices we were selling before. So now I'm hoping in March here, by scaling up our offer to 4K a month, that's going to give us 1 client a week. So, and I think it's really interesting, everyone in here in this group, just to give people some insight into, like, you know, when Trey reached out to me, I wasn't making like enough money at all. Like, I was literally profiting like $0 and I was just paying my team stuff. And, you know, I asked Trey questions like every week for stuff, and I just took his advice and I kind of built up something where now I feel like I'm just at this point where I don't, like, I know the necessary steps I need to do to kind of grow. And it's just a time thing of like, this is what I slowly need to do to get there. And so I think that's a really interesting space that I've never been in before. Like, I've always kind of needed to seek advice, whereas now it's just like I know it needs to be done. It's just a slow time thing of it. But yeah, overall, very good. Overall, it's very good. I'm very pumped.
Love it, dude. Yeah, that's inspiring, going from breaking even, just paying your team, to getting able to pay yourself. That's and thinking about doubling the prices. Did you double the prices, or are you just thinking about it?
I have doubled it now. And so I've made like 2 pitches so far on that 4K offer. And so, you know, I'll know by the end of the week here if I have some contracts with that. But I'm still profiting like every $1 I'm making now. And I think there's like 20K in profit now coming in. Every single dollar I make is literally put into things to build the company. Like, for example, this month,
Nice.
I have $7,000 put away towards like taxes and accountants and stuff like that. I put like 6K away to some equipment, new cameras for them, for the team. I put, you know, like $2,000-$3,000 towards like E-Man's kind of copy and paste agency, just again for more growth. Stuff like that. It's like, I'm still not really like, I'm not rocking the Rolex yet. You know, I'm not rocking any of that stuff yet. But it's like, yeah, I want to make sure that, you know, we don't have any handicaps when it comes to us as an agency. Like, there's nothing holding us back, and I don't want to have the financials just spring up on me in the last second here.
Smart, man.
Right. Yeah. Plus the clients that we're offboarding, I have to reimburse some of the money. So I'm having to like reimburse like $4,000 this month just to like refund them, because they've been paying monthly, but they haven't been like using the service every month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing as well that I have to kind of pay people back.
And if you can stay patient, Ethan,
Yeah.
and have 6 figures of cash stored, or at least maybe put away, I honestly think that's the gap for you. Because when I got the bank account past 6 figures, it changed the way that I view my business. So I've been telling a lot of people this, like with like that 20, 30, 40,000 a month level, pretty much anybody in our community that's there, like 10,000 a month or above, that's like your next milestone, in my opinion. Have 100,000 in cash in the bank, or at least.
Why is that so important to have that in the bank?
There's a lot of reasons. The main thing is your mentality. It's going to force you to think differently. And you're going to now have capital to play with if you need to. But if you stay as lean as you are now and you pretend it doesn't exist, You're going to operate abundantly. Your team's going to feel that abundance. Your clients are going to feel that abundance. And you're going to be able to honestly lean into creating a genuine customer experience, which will grow your company. So for most of us, 100 grand is enough for a minute. You know, I'm trying to get to 1 million. I'd like to get to 1 million in the next year and a half, because then I'm like really playing a big game. But 100,000, it just changes the way that you think.
I've always been taught though, like finance wise, is like you don't. I think this probably just from Grant. You know, Grant Cardone is like, don't keep money in the bank.
Yeah, for interest rates and stuff and like depreciation. So that's why I set a lot of our cash aside. Like I just put it in like index funds and
Okay, so it's not actually in the bank then.
not literally in the bank, but it is 2 minutes of being in the bank. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Like you could take out that money if you wanted to at any point.
Yeah, whenever I want to, but it's fighting inflation. It's sitting there fighting inflation. It's in stocks and different things.
Cool.
And
Okay.
I would just have like 3 or 4 index funds or ETFs and just put money there. That would be my goal for you, Ethan.
Okay.
I would either change nothing and just play this year out at that 25,000 a month profit level.
Yeah.
Store all those profits besides personal expenses.
Mhm.
Get to the end of the year where you've got 100,000 invested, and then this time next year play $100,000 a month game. That's what I would
play. What? Sorry.
$100,000 a month game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Try to get to 100K a month.
Yeah, and the only thing that's stopping you from getting right now is attention and the scalability of your offer, right? So like
Right.
those 2 problems can be solved extremely easy once you have capital.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Index fund wise, just out of curiosity, are we talking like S&P 500 kind of thing, or do you have like just a crazy diverse portfolio of stuff?
I can pull it up and read it off to you guys. I don't even know, to be honest. Like I
Yeah,
know
let's
that's
see. And Tony Robbins has a book, the what is it? This one, the Financial Mastery one, and he goes over like the all weather strategy or something, which is like Ray Dalio's investment strategy. And I think in the book, it literally shows if you allocate your money to these exact funds, if there's something like a 2008 crash, you won't lose you'll lose like 5% of your money, but it's not like anything crazy. So if anyone's interested in that, it's the Tony Robbins Money Master the Game.
Yeah, that's a great book.
It's a good book for sure. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so it's S&P 500. Then it's the Eurodex, which is like the European version of the S&P 500. And then I've got it in a handful of stocks that I've just historically done well. So I've got a little bit in Microsoft, a little bit in Apple. I have some real estate ETFs. Yeah. So it's just like, that's the portfolio. And then I put a screenshot out there of like a $6,000 gain in a week. It was just for fun. It was Rolls Royce announced their earnings, and then they just like shot. And so I decided to pop into that and just make a little extra money, which was a lot of fun. But I'm not even there to make money, like really.
Cool.
It's just keep the money from dying, you know? And the easiest way to do that too, Ethan, is to start thinking it's really there's 2 options for you, dude. Get to 6 figures and then continue to try and organically, or however you're going to do it, get more clients, or get Luke's help. Start running ads. Because then you're also going to have an extremely profitable place to store your cash, your business. You know, then keeping your money in your business account isn't stupid.
Right.
Right? Because our expenses as business is like 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we do, we did 120 in January. We kept about 95 of it because I had to give one refund to a really, really, really old client that came back around, and then, paid commission to Brendan, paid Luke, paid Aaron, paid a couple different VAs I use, softwares.
Mhm. Okay, cool. So just get to that 100K invested mark, which, yeah, I could easily kind of work towards that. Just kind of allocate a budget of my profit towards like, I don't know, small budget, maybe a 1K, 2K a month, just towards like lifestyle stuff, maybe like upgrading lifestyle, things like Aura rings, and then just kind of like the rest of the money just going literally towards investments. And then, yeah, I could probably get to that mark in like, 6 months or something, 3 to 6 months.
It's gonna change the game for you, dude. That's what you should do. If you can get there in 6 months, don't spend any money. Get there. Like that, you're gonna thank yourself so much, dude. It,
Really?
getting
That's important, eh?
getting 100,000 cash
Yeah.
like changed my mentality. Like when I saw that number cross over from like 98 to like 102 or whatever, I was like, holy cow! Like it started to feel like I was playing a real game, you know. And then it stops feeling like, all right, 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month. It starts feeling like, all right, how do we get this thing to like 300 grand a month, 400 grand a month? How do we like it just you start getting hungry because then you see that 100 and it doesn't even feel like that much money, you know. It's like this can't even go that far, and then you just start getting hungrier. And there's an underlying element of hunger that you all have to like understand here, like 10, 20, 30,000 a month. And I'm not knocking it. Like it's honestly 10,000 a month before the age of 30 is insane. Like for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But there's an element of like psychological cornering that you have to do to yourself in order to really want to scale to 200, 300, 400,000 a month. You know, I mean, really what I've found is it's just not being hard on myself or beating myself up or like getting down on myself, but just realizing how little 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand really is, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, like there's people that feel like they've tapped out their niche when they're doing like 20 grand a month. And I'm like, dude, it's crazy to me that you even think that.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. That's cool, man. That's really cool. Gamifying the process. I really like the sounds of that. It's like it
Yeah.
turned into a game. It's all like Monopoly now. It's just like, hey,
Mhm.
let's kind
It's
of
it's no longer like Ethan's got to pay his rent. It's Ethan's got to
buy
save
Boardwalk. Ethan's got to buy Boardwalk. That's what it is.
yeah, walk and put a hotel on it, and then
Yeah.
let me know how it goes for you.
Oh man, that's great. Okay, yeah, cool, man. Appreciate it. I did not know that, so I will work towards that goal.
Dude. And then if you get to 100 grand in the bank, go ahead and buy a Rolex. Just do it. Go back down to 92, but it'll be worth it.
I have a quick question, real quick. Well, might not be so quick, but like if no one has anything else to say.
Hit it, man. What's your question?
Cool. So, lately I've been sort of experimenting with a bit of a like longer lead warming process, and I've sort of like adjusted the way I do things to in a way that like is not like standard for what you guys teach, but I just wanted to like talk about it and see what you guys think. But basically, before I was adding like 30 to 50 people a day, and I cut that way back to like 5 to 10, and now I'm only adding people that are like quite likely to like actually want to work with me. So I'm going for like quality over quantity, and during the messenger conversations, I'm really trying to like provide more value like upfront rather than just pushing for the call. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like I'm sort of like detaching myself from making sales and just providing more value upfront in messenger and on the call. So sometimes I won't even mention my coaching package. I'll just be like,
So what made you make this change?
um, I don't know. I mean I have been getting on sales calls with other coaches mostly to like see what I like about the way they like just see what I like about the way they talk to potential clients. And a lot of the things I noticed that I liked the most were really like personalized attention, and the fact that they would like just give me straight up a bunch of advice up front, without even mentioning a call. And so I've been trying to implement that a bit more recently,
Cool.
and it like
Yeah, I think if
Mhm.
I can just interject, brother, just know
Yeah.
your numbers. Like if you're gonna go that route, you know, my thing is you can take our models. There's gonna be, some room for you to experiment with your own way of doing things from your own market research. And that's what we teach. So really you are doing what we teach, as long as you track your numbers. Because what you don't want to start doing is saying, all right, I'm gonna try it my own way, and then you forget the basics, which is how many messages did you send? How many replied? How many did you offer a call to? How many took it? How many did you close? Like it's just, knowing your numbers at every stage. So
Yeah.
whether you're
I,
going to, follow our script or do your own thing over Messenger, and whether you're going to go quality over quantity or quantity over quality, as long as you know your numbers, you generally know what you're trying to achieve. So, and not even generally, you specifically know what you're trying to achieve. You know what you have to do that day, that week, that month, right? And you want to get extremely clear about that. So the only thing I would caution you towards, Nicholas, is in my eyes, you know, this would be my input. You haven't yet reached a equilibrium point where you can start thinking about quality, because you still don't really even know what the customer avatar who is willing to pay for you looks like. And I'd be curious, you said you're going to be starting to have conversations only with people that you know are likely to buy. I'd be curious what you're looking for to see what you're looking for in order for someone to be more or less likely to buy, and I just make sure that you dig into that data and make sure that it makes sense. But no, I like the idea. Just make sure that you know your numbers.
all right. Yeah. Well. So I've been tracking my numbers for like nearly 2 weeks now.
Cool.
So I'm starting to get a bit of an idea of like how many messages I need to send to get a call, and like how many calls will turn into, well, like how many booked calls will turn into like calls that actually show up,
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so but right now I'm I'm basically only adding people that engage with my post, like in any way. If they like my post or comment or anything, either on a group or on my personal, I just add them immediately, because like if they're engaging with my post, it means they resonate with what I'm saying. So I would assume they'd be a lot more likely to want to work with me than like when I was adding 30 to 50 people a day. I was just like going into the group members, and then going to like members with things in common, and just adding like a bunch of people who like I'd never had a conversation with and didn't know I exist. So yeah, I feel
So
like if I add just the people who are engaging with my posts, it would, yeah, like it would be higher quality leads.
maybe I think the posts, them engaging with the post doesn't always even assume buyer intent. It really is just it's just a metric. I haven't found any correlation between somebody liking the post and being more likely to buy, and I don't think Aaron has either. So for example, the same line of logic would be like, people who comment on YouTube are more likely to schedule a call, but that's actually not the case. We've got people who comment on every single freaking video, but they will never schedule a call in a million years, and I don't know why. So it's the same thing. So really, where you're going to do the most damage, dude, is on your personal profile. This is why we have you focus on building your audience. It's those call to actions, it's mission posts, it's, case study posts on your personal profile. That's your, it's the equivalent of our YouTube or our Instagram where we're going, hey, here's the result we got. If you want the same, message us or schedule a call, right? It's like, it's the same deal. So I think volume, I think you should, I think the equilibrium, like the middle ground between what you're saying and what I'm saying is, yeah, definitely be intentional with your messenger conversations and play with your own style of doing them when it makes you feel like you're getting more ground with someone. But don't forget volume, because volume will serve you in the long run, guaranteed. We know that for every 100 YouTube views, we get a scheduled call. You know, I mean, I know that number. So I imagine for you, if you're sending the same amount of friend requests every single day, you're going to eventually average out and know, what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I'm looking at about 20 messenger convos for one call. Or no, for 2 calls, about 25.
So 10 per call.
Yeah, more or less.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad ratio for when you're just getting started. That'll get better.
Okay.
So
Cool.
10 to 1 is a fine ratio.
All right. Nice.
It's actually a really good starting point. Yeah.
Cool. And I've also
Yeah, even hearing that now, I'm even more convinced that you don't need to focus on quantity or quality. If you're doing 10 to 1, I mean, maybe you're getting 10 to 1 after making the shift, but
well,
getting 10 to
it's
1.
sort of like half and half.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I've also been thinking of sort of making some like YouTube videos for like free training. Basically, like this is like in line with what I was saying about just offering more value up front. So I was thinking of just making a few YouTube videos on like the main points that people talk about like in conversation. So I can just like send that to them. They get a bunch of value from that, and it builds trust and it builds authority. That's my thinking. Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
Either YouTube or just post them on your personal feed. Keep everything under one platform.
Right, that makes sense.
I've heard video content is better. Do you agree with that, Trey? For engagement?
Compared to text?
Yeah.
It depends on the platform. YouTube, obviously. Facebook, not always. Not always. I think people like make it so binary, like video versus photo. But it's like, what is the photo, and then what is the video, and what audience is it being shown to, and is it a hot topic right now? I don't know. People are like video ads versus image ads. I'm just like, dude, no need to parse it. It's just I think it's just important to keep it all under one label, content. But I told Victor to join the call, not to change the topic too quickly, Jeremy. If you have more questions about that, use the chat or whatever. But Victor got 2 calls today with a case study post. Want to walk us through what happened, Victor?
Yeah. So I used a framework that, Aaron was kind of just explaining a while back. And what I did is I basically kind of mimicked that same framework of just explaining my initial strategy, how I went about, scaling this client, et cetera, et cetera. And from there, I found like a group of like 10 Facebook groups that were in my niche, and they talked on like the similar like specialties that I offer, which is Google Ads. And from there, I kind of started warming up, these groups with like an introductory post and asking questions, being engaged. And from there, like I said, I moved on to the case study post. And yeah, and in total, this is only 2 calls from this one post and this one group. But I generated a total of, what are we at, like 4 or 5 calls. And this has only been a few days. These posts have been live. So it's still getting momentum, and it looks like people are still engaging with it. So very excited to see how many more calls come from this.
I love it, dude. I'm excited for you. No, it's I knew you'd do well with the model, man.
Most definitely. And yeah, I just onboarded another client today. So right now we're at 4 clients. I'm at 7,500, I believe. 4 or 5 clients, 75. I know I'm at 7,500 right now, so I'm getting close to that.
That's up from like 2 or 3 when you joined, right?
Yeah, I only had like 2 or 3, so like things are really moving right now. That's kind of why I needed some time to just kind of digress from these meetings that I had earlier today, and just focus a little bit on implementation. So yeah, it's good, busy. But like I said, right now for me, I'm in transition. I really want to bring on a media buyer, so I'm just trying to haul butt right now, getting these clients up to speed. And yeah, hopefully bring someone on very soon.
You should connect with Wahab. Wahab and Victor, you guys should get a 1-to-1. You guys are at very similar revenue levels, and Wahab's wanting to get to 10K this month. Victor, I'm sure you're at the same place, so you guys should just accountability buddy it, make it happen. You guys are doing the exact, both doing flywheel, similar industry. You know, you guys should totally connect.
For sure. Yeah, I'm down, man. Shoot me a message after this call.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool. Good stuff, Victor. Yeah, I just wanted to pop you in here just to share that win. I saw it in the chat and I was like, what's he doing not on the call? Bring you in here, bro.
I know, dude. Like I said, it's just been so busy. I'm like, oh, I just need a little breather in between. But we're making moves here.
Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Hey, we got Lucas in here. I think he joined today. Welcome aboard, dude. I think we have our onboarding soon. So, what's up, dude?
What's up?
What's up? Yeah, we're just going over a bunch of little minute things today. No huge agenda. Victor got some sales calls in. Wahab and him are gonna partner up and get 10K a month together. Ethan running through his 20,000 month profit and how he's gonna try and scale. I told him to get to 6 figures in the bank and then scale from there because it's gonna give him balls, honestly, when you have 6 figures in the bank. Yeah, what else do we go over? I don't know. I'd want to do a recap, but I know we have our onboarding, Lucas, so we'll just have our onboarding. What else is there to hit? Cormac and Andrew, can you guys talk yet? Is there any way we can help you today?
Yeah, I can talk. In terms of anything to help with, probably not right now. Like I said, I kind of gave you the lay of the land real quick over message, but that's kind of all we got right at this moment. Just kind of bringing, like I said, bringing on somebody to take over and transitioning into bringing in either doing OMA or paid to kind of boost some more.
Work with Luke, man. Just
Yeah. I think we before we jump into paid, we might need another month worth of cash to come in. So it might not be till the end of March, but we're going to start figuring out what route we want to take and start laying down the foundation for whichever one we're going to go with, whether that be, kind of focusing on paid first or focusing on organic first. Now that the email will be kind of off my plate and taken over. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend, man, that you start building the VSL funnel ASAP, and you can use it with organic. So like the VSL funnel, you should just build it out, and then you can promote it via organic, however you see fit. It's nice to just have it ready and have a couple versions, maybe even getting some feedback before you launch into paid.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, VSL is good for everything. And like if you guys launched even like an email marketing podcast or a channel or whatever, or you did some JVs, like this is we don't talk about this method a lot in our community, but if you have a network of people in your space, joint ventures, man. Joint ventures. Hey, you've got your platform.
Yeah, it's actually something we've been kind of working on the side. Is like trying to connect with other agency owners and build out, relationships. Obviously, it's a longer term game. To actually build a real relationship with somebody else that, to have that joint venture or kind of referral partnerships. But it's something that we have also been kind of working on the side a little bit here and there.
Yeah, good stuff. And your coaching offer, what's the price tag on that going to be? Are you guys going to settle around the 5,000 mark, like I asked?
I think we'll probably come in a little lower, at least to get started, kind of get proof of concept, probably around 3. And then I'm sure with some more traction, we'll probably push that up a little bit as we move forward. But I think we want to get that initial win or two under the belt, see how things go, and then kind of play with it from there.
Love it, dude. Okay, well, let me know how I can help with that.
100%, appreciate that.
It's gonna be crazy having just an all margin offer like that for you guys. Yeah, it's awesome. Like even like with Whitney, this client we got in for 10,000 a couple days ago. It's just like literally all profit, like no expenses attached. So when you can build a consulting offer that makes sense for your niche, it's phenomenal. And the way to coach isn't to answer questions; it's to understand where your clients have to get. Like it's really tempting to just be like, all right, one call a week, we can answer your questions. And no, it's like write out a list of everything you got to do for them, tell them how to do it, break it down for them, understand the contrast between where they are now and where they're trying to get, and hold your own too, like hold the authority. The only issue with consulting when the client owns the frame is that they're going to question everything you're saying. So you have to get really good at storytelling and like making sure it's really clear why you're telling them to do what you're telling them to do. So it's gonna be a lot of fun though, guys. I think it's gonna be a great offer for you. So what's your guys' game plan this week? Walk me through, new month, new goals. Let's kind of wrap up this call with a little bit of just vision casting for this month together.
My biggest goal is to properly offboard all 6 clients, make sure it goes smoothly, to onboard 4 more clients at a 4K retainer. And yeah, and that's honestly, if I can do those 2 things, that's it for me. That's what I want.
Sweet. Good
and
goal.
slowly build to 100K a month or 100K in the bank, as you said.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, when I got there, it just changed my inner game completely. If this is all an inner game, methods are easy. It's all an inner game. Who else? What's your goal this month? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna post a lot more, and also leverage my own Facebook group as well. Yeah, I feel like if I can do that, then I should be able to get that 10K month mark.
Sweet. Victor, that sounds like you too, except without your own Facebook group.
Yeah. For me, it's leveraging other Facebook groups. So I definitely want to expand into some new territory and close 2 more clients. So right now things are looking really, really good, and just picking up more momentum. So
beautiful. Warren, I haven't heard much from you on this call, brother. What does March look like for you? What do you want to do? I know you said you couldn't talk, but hopefully you can now.
Yeah, I was just back from a workout, so I was real sweaty. Still am, because obviously it's a bit later here. It's about 8 p.m.
Well, I'm happy we're on a Zoom then, huh?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, so the plan is really, especially for me today, because yesterday was quite service delivery heavy, but today I was really making sure and creating documents, or not documents, more like just sheets, so I'll know my numbers going forward. And I've kind of put together a backlog of like what my current estimates are for my outreach methods. And then like, okay, this is the time it's taken, or this is the costs. Here's my cost per call, and I can work it that way to scale it up. So really, I just wrote them down there. Really, at the end of the month, I just want to know my numbers. And as well, especially have a couple of campaigns launching this week to hopefully by the end of the month have more like case studies created from those results, or even just early case studies from those results are my main goals. Obviously, with knowing my numbers, I want to also put in the work to get the numbers up higher too. But that's kind of the most important thing that I really, because when you asked me last week and I didn't really, I didn't even have conversion numbers from sales calls because they just came whenever they came. Yeah.
Stupid. Get your numbers.
Yep, that's me. Know your numbers. I think I wrote it down like 3 times on this page. So
you gotta have at least a closing rate, brother. At least. Yeah. That's easy. How many meetings have you had divided by how many sales you've made?
I couldn't even tell you.
Gotta at least know that.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan's jumped.
All right. Bye-bye, Ethan. Lucas, do you mind if I call you out and ask What brings you to the program? What you're hoping to do with us?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, what brings you here? How can we help you?
Yeah, so I joined today, so I'm super stoked.
know.
But
Welcome.
thank you. And no, but I feel like at my level of the business, I just plateau basically. So I want to really take it up a notch and go to the next level. So that's basically the main reason I joined. So we're doing like monthly around 20K, a little over sometimes and so on. So my goal is just to take it up and keep scaling. So that's the goal.
Cool. There's only 4 areas in your business, man. There's marketing, delivery, sales, and operations. You know, I mean, we're just gonna look at those 4 areas on our onboarding call, get very clear about what each area looks like, and then more than likely, dude, people at your level, it's the amount of attention you're getting, and it's the scalability of your, like, we're working Ethan through that cap right now too. He's been at 20,000 for a couple months, and he's a little bit of a different operator. He just left the call. He operates a little bit differently, where my advice to him was just save 100,000 in cash first, so that you have a bit more abundance and a different mentality towards your business, and then build an offer that scales, and then turn on paid.
Yeah.
More than likely, that's going to be what we need to do for you. It's pretty simple. It's definitely easier said than done, but that's more than likely going to be the route we take you through. How many clients are you doing with 20,000 a month? How many clients is that?
We have 8 clients on retainer, but we make most of our money on project work. So that could be anything from video production and like coaching sessions, etc.
Okay.
But
Cool, man.
we're like at this point we're doing like 10 hours day, like almost like 6-7 days a week. So I need to change up some things because like this isn't like sustainable. So yeah, once again, that's why I'm here at this point.
Awesome, dude. You made a great decision. We'll fix this up for you. I'm excited to work with you. Any last updates from anybody in the group here, and we'll kind of wrap up today's call. What do you want to do in March?
Yeah, I don't think I said my goals. Education side of things is kind of kicking off. Selling a course, getting a new student every other day, every 2 days ish. So PPC's been all over the place on that. Like I've sold 35K of it, but only 5K profit so far. So I'd say goal by the end of this month is to be selling 1 a day at 1,500, and then goal cost per sale is 500. So goal is to be profiting 1,000 a day by the end of the month, and I think it's realistic. I'm very close. I just need to crank up the budget, get some help with a media buyer. I think I've gone as far as I can with my current media buying skills. I think I need some help there, and when I have it, I think I'll be there. So on the education side, doing that. On the agency side, I just want to keep adding clients steadily and getting results. So small goal there. I want to get like 2 to 3 new clients per month. That's just kind of what's feeling right and what I can get results. So 2 to 3 more clients and then selling a course a day.
Awesome. I'll hold you guys to your goals. I'm going to keep them in mind, and I'll follow up with you guys. Victor and Wahab Wahab's still on the call. No reason you don't do 10,000 this month. Luke, the only thing that you need to do to get to 1 sale a day, I mean, first of all, what's your closing rate on your calls for the program? Or are you sort of sending them through a VSL and it's a buy button?
Yeah, closing rate's around 25.
25%? Do you think putting someone on those calls is going to hurt?
I've got our boy Ty's going to take some. He's been shadowing the last 5 calls I was on. So he saw me close 3. I think he can go for it. So we're putting him on a call starting tomorrow. I'm gonna see how he does, and if it doesn't work, I'll pull back. But if it works, then we'll go for it.
Give him like 15 calls before like 15 to 20. Yeah. And you'll know within the first. You'll generally know within the first 5, but sometimes there's a big shift in how they act after 5 or 10.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give him at least 10.
Sweet. Cool, guys. All right. Blessings. Have a great month. Have a great week. We're here to help.